Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video. Today we're taking a bit of a deeper dive into the new GamesCom trailer, talking about the stuff that it announces, including the beta, and when you're going to be able to get your hands on Planet Zoo. But first of all, we're going to do one of these where we scroll through the channel, through the video even, and see anything we might have missed. Starting off, we did do a deeper dive already into the animals that we're looking at here. So first of all, we've got, out of all of those, there's two new animals there, the ostrich and the warthog. Again, we'll go into more detail on those animals shown in this trailer elsewhere, so check out the channel for that. But here we go, we've got a nice, beautiful, now I think, let's scroll back already, I think this is a new park that we haven't seen before. This doesn't, to me, or maybe it isn't, maybe this is the bit we've seen already with the savannah over there. Maybe they were just looking at a different angle of it. It definitely looks like there's more foliage here than there was in the other one, but talking about the foliage, wow, how much of it there is, and you know, there's a lot of foliage going on. This is going to make computers cry. I will tell you now. I recently have upgraded my own computer. Well, I built a whole new one that's pretty much as best as you can get, and I still think it's going to struggle to play this at full opening. But there we go. Yeah. So I'm thinking actually this might be the Savannah Park we've already seen. This one, but from a different angle. Look at these gorgeous archways here. I really like these. I know we've seen this a few times now. That shot especially we've seen a couple of times now, but really gorgeous. Here we can see some of the guests hanging out with llamas. That's all good. So people looking at elephants. Here's a new what they called enrichments item. I don't think we've seen before. This sort of rolling thing. I guess there's food in there or nuts or something for the elephants to try and get out. Hippos looking great. Giraffe looking great. Yeah, this is definitely the one we've seen before with the savannah here. Beautiful rock work. I love it. Looks like something out of Lion King. So here's one of the new ones, warthogs. One of the new animals announced through the trailer, as are these ostriches. Looking great. Doing a little dance. Lemurs running. That's the first time we've seen the lemurs run. So far we'd only seen the chimps, I think, really. Oh, there's been a very short clip of the lemurs, I think, but first we've only seen the chimps actually using the placeable items. But here we can see lemurs doing it as well. And again, a few more enrichment items. There's a little keyboard down here they can play a tune on, and also this dangling thing here. We see this a few times during this trailer with like mirrors on, and they bounce the light off and stuff like that. That looks like it's fun to play with. Here we food stuff in. Orangutan was announced the other day for World Orangutan Day. Very majestic creature. So we can manage the zoos. Here we go see some of the piece by piece building here. There's the warthogs again. And we can build up some stores. I don't think we can quite see what those stores are, unfortunately. No, it doesn't look like we can. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so here's some of really good new info then. This is our new staff then. So we already knew we were getting keepers, and we could kind of guess of a few other types we saw along the bottom of one of the screenshots a little while ago, but here we actually see them in action. So this first one just looks like a regular vendor type staff who are going to be looking after your stores. Here we've got a hot dog squad. Now the interesting thing here is that she jumped over the counter there. Now that didn't happen in the original Planet Coaster straight away. The vendor staff in the stores were just kind of there for show, really. They weren't actual staff members that counted towards your staff counts or anything like that. And then in one of the updates later on, they added this feature of them being able to jump over the counter there and go off and use the staff rooms like the other staff. So we're getting that straight away here in Planet Coaster. And they're serving some hot dogs up. And then here we have our keeper. We've obviously seen these already, filling out the food and stuff. But here we can see them actually taking care of the terrarium as well by cleaning it. And here's our third new animal that we got with this trailer, the poison dart frog, looking awesome. And then finally, we've got a new member of staff being shown here, which is the veterinarian. And again, we can see the buildings behind him here. Here's the vet's building here that we're going to go inside now. And we see a poorly zebra. Let's just scroll back to see that poorly zebra there. Look, and there's an X-ray, there's an ultrasound machine here, some X-rays on the wall. I guess most of this is probably for show. They probably just come in and open the zebra up here and look at it a bit and then clear it off again. Oxygen here as well. A couple of other maybe possible animals, an onyx here or some sort of antelope, and here we've got a sloth maybe. Again, we talk about those more in detail in the animal video. Here we can see the station being built for the safari ride. We already knew we'd get a safari ride, of course, but we do get one little thing here that's quite interesting. We see the safari ride going through a lion's. Here we go, lion exhibit, and there's no fencing or anything here for the lion exhibit. So this makes me think that if you're in the safari ride, the animals would ignore you, basically. So not the most realistic, to be honest with you, but I can understand maybe why they've done it. But yeah, I don't think personally I'll have a safari going past lions like this because it's just not very realistic. But obviously you can pick where you want it to go. You can pick what animals you have. I think this personally is more suited to going past sort of, you know, giraffes and zebras and things like that. That'll keep out your way. Talking to giraffes, so they are looking great. Zebras. Now, I didn't think this was a new animal, and I didn't mention it in my new animals video because I just thought that this might have been a female version of the Galapagos turtle. But we've now seen somewhere else today on one of the screenshots of all the different animals that this is actually an Aladabra giant tortoise. It's been a different type of tortoise. So yeah, there is some slight changes in it. I personally don't think this looks much like an Aladabra. They don't have this prominent chest obtrusion here, and their shells are normally a little bit more concave in places. But again, you know, I'm not that up on my animals, so this may well be a different sort of subspecies that I don't know about. But yeah, it looks like actually this is a new animal, the Aladabran giant tortoise, excuse me, coming in the game. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, we'll move on. I also felt because it was just such a brief view of it as well, I just assumed it was the Galapagos because, you know, normally the new animals, they get a bit more screen time, such as the warthog here. Cheetah looking a little bit, like a little bit. His face is just a little like, all these ones that we know about are great still. Lemurs there. And the little baby elephants. Nothing really in the backgrounds there I can't see. So now the next thing we find out with this trailer is the beta access. So we can get, does it say on the screen here? Or is it just a blank screen? No, just a blank screen. Okay, we'll leave that there for a second. Let's just put the Plan Zoo logo back on for a second then while we talk about beta access. So you're going to get beta access if you pre-order the deluxe edition of the game, and you're going to be able to access the beta between the 24th of September and the 8th of October. It is a 2-week beta that is going to close down before the full release of the game on November 5th. Few people have got a bit of an issue with this, and I kind of understand it a little bit, although I was kind of expecting something like this. The Planet Coaster beta was a couple of weeks just before the launch as well. And these are very much what I would call marketing or promotional betas, really. They're not necessarily used for hardcore bug testing. They're there more for the fact that people can pay a little extra to get hold of it early and start figuring out the game ready for release. They did originally advertise it as a summer beta, and 24th of September onwards is very, very just maybe summer. Like 24th of September is pretty much the end of the summer for the most people, to be honest. A lot of school kids or people in university of everything have gone back into education by then. So yeah, I would argue that maybe that might have been a little bit of false advertising in the first place. I can only assume that they plan to get the beta ready earlier, and it has been pushed back to really sort of put some polish on it. Overall, I don't really mind. I'm in a difficult position here because, like, whatever it is, I'm going to get it. You know, it doesn't really fuss. Like, if we get a month of beta or 3 days of beta, or it's $30 to buy or $100 to buy, at the end of the day, this is going to be a big game for my channel, so I don't really mind one way or the other. But I can understand that people might have been a little bit put out, but bear in mind that, you know, you're also getting 3 extra animals and wallpapers and music and all that kind of thing with the pre-access as well. But I imagine if there were people who pre-ordered this purely for the fact that they wanted to play it in the summer, I could maybe see them being a little bit disappointed, unfortunately. Moving on, what you actually get in the beta, you're going to be able to play with most of the animals that have been revealed so far, as well as some yet to be revealed animals that you can access during the beta. You get the first scenario of the game, featuring a near-finished zoo in a temperate biome which you can continue or completely take apart and start over. There also, you have obviously multiple themes and building pieces. From what I can tell, this is the biome that people have been playing in today at GamesCom. It looks like quite a sort of standard British zoo, probably Bernard or Bernard, whichever one we want to say, the guy that they showed the other day in the campaign mode. It's his zoo, I guess, and you play along there and lots of things go wrong and there's fences to be fixed and stuff. It looks like it's a little rundown and it needs to be worked on. I don't know that, but I imagine that's probably the one we're going to get hold of. The other interesting thing is they've mentioned franchise mode in a savannah-inspired biome as an open space for you to unleash your creativity in with loads of animals, as well as another new theme and architecture. They go on to say about franchise mode, not much to be honest with you, but the idea is, hold on, I'm sure they said something else about franchise mode. I'm not sure if that's been edited or not. There was mention of the franchise mode where you can swap animals between each other, and we can only assume maybe that isn't coming to the beta, and so they've taken that text away. But there was mention of the fact that you can sort of raise up a baby animal and put it onto the workshop to let other people have, and that's one way of getting animals. But yeah, it looks like that's been taken off now. I'm guessing maybe that feature doesn't come with the beta. You can also have various staff types and buildings, these small steam train rides that we've seen, and obviously all the enrichment items, buildings, scenery, foliage and all that sort of stuff. From watching briefly a couple of streams today from people, there is quite a lot in the game already, especially foliage. There's a hell of a lot more foliage in it than we got at the start of Planet Coaster, which is really great news. So there you go. If you pre-order the game, you'll get hold of it on the 24th of September through to the 8th of October. There's a chance they increase the length on that one. I don't know. Sometimes this kind of happens. They get to the 8th of October and they go, actually, yeah, you can have it for a few more weeks. But at the moment, it's a 2-week beta, and then the full release is on November the 5th. But lots of new animals, lots of new features, functions, loads of stuff coming out of Gamescom. This is 2 of 3 videos today at least. There's going to be a third video because they are actually showing a gameplay trailer, a gameplay video later on today, so I'll do a deep dive into that one as well. And then obviously there's a few other bits that some streamers have pointed out and stuff, so I've asked their permission to use screenshots from their streams, which they've been very grateful in letting me do so. So I'll probably put those in there as well, or maybe a separate video for that. Who knows? We're full on Planet Zoo right now. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. It really does help out the channel. And if you're not already, of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks to all of our patrons. They make these videos possible through their incredible support at patreon.com/geekism. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you later today. It's twice I've said that today.